My name is Jennifer Guillen. I'm a registered nurse. I want to give this message to Senator Walsh. We'll just start by acknowledging the elephant in the room. You said some very offensive and inflammatory things about nurses, and we're outraged. What you said was unacceptable, completely unacceptable. We would expect that from our patients sometimes, because we understand going into nursing that it is very often a thankless job, but we do not tolerate that from our legislators and our lawmakers and our representatives and our senators and those who are supposed to be protecting our rights. That's unacceptable. So I just want to address something. As you probably are aware, there's a lot of things. We're talking about this in our forums and our groups, at our places of employment with each other, and there's a lot of frustration and a lot of anger that's being expressed, and there should be. But one thing in particular that I wanted to clarify for you, and that is, if you ever find yourself, Senator Walsh, as a patient in a hospital, I want to prepare you for what you can expect from your nurse, whoever winds up taking care of you. You can expect very good care, and I'll tell you why. Because as nurses, Senator Walsh, we are trained to be self-aware. We are trained to evaluate our biases and our prejudices before we go in and take care of a patient, so that when we are in that room, that patient is our focus and our priority. As a nurse, as an ER nurse, I took care of a drunk driver who killed a 32-year-old man and left a wife and 3 children alone. They were both brought to the same facility. So in one room, I saw the wife grieving at the bedside of her husband, and I prepared myself, went into the next room, and I took care of the patient that had killed them because of their drunk driving. I was not harsh. I was gentle. I was attentive. I did everything that patient required, everything that they needed, and I never once reprimanded them or made them feel like a monster, because they were my priority. I once took care of a man in his 50s who was there for jail clearance. He needed to be medically cleared because he was in the process of being arrested for sexual assault against a child. He ran, there was an altercation, and he had to be brought to the hospital to be medically cleared before continuing the legal process. Senator Walsh, my husband and I adopted several children about 11 years ago, and sexual assault was a part of those children's history, some of them. I can't tell you how it made me feel to know what that man was there for. It turned my stomach, but I took my time for self-reflection, and then I pushed that to the side, and I went in there and I took care of that patient. I was gentle, I was attentive, and I did the things that he needed done. So I'm going to tell you, if and when you ever find yourself a patient in a hospital, your nurse will probably know who you are, and they will probably be aware of the insensitive and harmful things that you've said, and they will take their moment to reflect, and they will push that aside, and they will take very good care of you, because that's what nurses do.